Hi. Well, good morning. How is everyone today? Welcome to Living the Light. I'm Mary Amy, and I'm living in the light. I'm all about shifting away darkness, guiding you to your truest potential, and cracking open that beautiful glowing light in your heart. So here we are. It's Tuesday in the Matrix work week, and it's October 11th. Yesterday was the 1010 portal. There was a full moon last night. It was all about opportunities, and there was abundance for opportunities yesterday. How are you feeling? I know there's so much going on on this new earth Gaia, and there's lots of energies coming around and swirling around. And are you having ascension symptoms? Have you become awakened? Are you feeling not like yourself anymore? Are you realizing there's more of you than you ever imagined? You're a highly advanced being of light. So I'm live in New York. I'm just 45 minutes outside of Manhattan. If you're joining us, I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. So today we're going to get into topics like tolerance, angel portals, and remote viewing. Also wanted to cover dreams today. Hey, Hamano, thanks for joining us. How are you? Thank you. I hope you liked the video. I know you're coming from Thailand, I believe, right? Thailand. And so I'm in New York. Wow, international. I wanted to just mention, I always say, did you tune into your heart? Did you have a good intention when you woke up? What were the first thoughts that came into your mind? Are they positive or negative? Let me share with you. I'm finding more and more out. And what I want to say, yes, angels. Today we're going to cover angel portals. I want to remind you that it really, really makes a difference what your mindset is and your thinking and positive thoughts and bringing, if you're even going through a traumatic situation, it's good to bring thoughts and words out that are positive. And maybe they're just simply like love, nature, happiness, growth, positivity, compassion. It's good to have those affirmations. I know we speak of our mantras. I am strong, I am powerful, I am brave, I am patient. But it's good from time to add into whatever's going on in your life. If you're having a tough time, to add some positive words. Because it matters. There's a vibration attached to every thought. And then as we bring in words and actions, then we really make it more permanent and we can build on whatever our thoughts are. So, not last night, but the night before, and I speak of dreams and I speak of how important our dreams are. And so that's why I say to write them down, get a dream journal. I don't know if you realize it, but I actually have a dream journal on Amazon that you can purchase called My Dream Journal, a personal diary of messages, signs, and symbols to guide you. And it's all about writing down your dreams. Now, when you write down your dreams, it's acknowledging them. It's your unconscious giving you signs and messages. And it can actually help you to uncover and identify issues that you're having and maybe to grasp onto some fears you're having. Well, my dream, not last night, but on Sunday night. So I wake up and I thought, this is the most peculiar dream. Now, for a while, I was having dreams that took place in largely populated areas. Like maybe it was a bus depot, maybe it was a train station, maybe it was with large crowds, but it usually was an enclosed area, but with large crowds. So Sunday evening, I have this dream, and I am in Paris, France, and I am in a hotel. Now, I've been to Paris, France when I was 18, but I thought, where did this come from? So in the dream, I have all these circumstances that I'm encountering and appointments that I have, and I'm actually double booking and triple booking myself. So after I realized, oh, my sister's in the dream, and I didn't see my sister in a very long time, and we had a very nice conversation. I'm coming in from the entrance from out on the street, and this woman is holding, you know how there's vendors? She's holding all these silver cords. Now there's silver cords, there's red cords, there's all different color cords. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with what a silver cord is, and I've mentioned it. I've said before you go to sleep, you must have all your thoughts be in love so that your energy cannot be taken, so that evil cannot come into your being when you're sleeping, in your sleeping state. Well, this woman had all of these cords, and she had a silver cord. Hey, Alexandra from New York, thanks for joining us. So she had all these silver cords. Now, what are silver cords? They're referred to as the cord of life, the life thread. And so it's giving life-giving linkage from the higher self down to the physical body, the consciousness thread, soul to physical body. So it comes out from your chakras. We have 7 chakras, and then we have 5 chakras beyond our body. And so the silver cord connects the physical to the etheric body, outwards to the astral body, and finally to the mental body. So this woman's holding all these silver cords. And she stops me and she says, Mary, you've had the wrong cord. Here. And she gives me a new cord, a new silver cord. Wow. So what does that mean? Well, I didn't know. Is it about travel? Is it about me, my life changing? And I've been saying lately to everyone in my personal life, I've been saying that I'm going through a transition. And so this woman is giving me a new silver cord. So that's going to take me to another astral realm. Is that going to be in my physical reality? Not the matrix, because I'm out of the matrix, hopefully. I'm hopefully ascending to the 5D, the 5 dimension. Now, when you're in the physical realm, mostly we've been living in the matrix, and the matrix is all these structures and systems. It's the only reality that we've been taught and we've been accustomed to. And so I always say, I'm a rebel. I'm a rebel, not one of the rebels out there that cause havoc. I'm a rebel that believes there's another reality. So another reality, I mean there's another mindset. So I say release all the old beliefs and systems, all the ways that you've been taught and programmed to do things. Now, maybe you've been taught and programmed to do things and you feel very comfortable in that. You felt very comfortable. And we're going to cover tolerance today and what that means. But back to my dream. So I have this dream, and this woman says to me, you've had the wrong silver cord, which means, have I had the wrong cord of life all along? Well, you know what I'm getting from this? I'm getting from this that this is a wonderful miracle, because that means all of the things that I've been doing all along, I've taken myself to another level. So I believe that on my way to the 5th dimension. And where does the 5th dimension? We're living more in love, compassion. We believe anything is possible. We want service to others. I'm all about serving others and being helpful and healing. And so I believe that this dream was wonderful for me. And so I'm going to take it. I believe I'm going to be traveling and I'm going to have a new life, because my silver cord that links me from my higher self to my physical body must be giving me new input, must be giving me and sharing with me a new perspective, a higher way of thinking. So I'm going to get back to the silver cord for you. Now, maybe you haven't had a dream like I have, but I want to tell you, I want to share with you how important it is that when you do go to sleep tonight, that you go into a place of love. Because if you're on your way to ascending and you're having ascension symptoms and you're kind of feel kind of out of whack, and yes, there is so many energies coming onto this earth, and there's so much going on because we have been enduring a spiritual war, whether you realize it or not. Now, in this physical reality, it hasn't changed yet. It's on its way. Things are falling into the dumpster slowly. And you'll realize that more and more of us are going to come from a new way of thinking, a new mindset, a new perspective. And we're going to be coming more from a spiritual perspective, more about sharing ourselves and forgiveness and love. So just be aware before you go to sleep tonight, go to a mindset of love, love, love. Think in your heart all about love, because then you won't have any dark forces attack you. And if you're ascending, you are actually more vulnerable because you're in kind of a little bit of a transition like I am. Now, it's a good thing. And I'm not trying to evoke fear. I mean, we want to actually embrace any fear we have. We want to come from a place of being fearless. We all have personal power. Now, I'd like to cover some topics today, like I've mentioned, and I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. And they're going to be topics like tolerance, angel portals, and remote viewing. Of course, we're going to touch on psychic phenomenon, and we'll be doing a visualization. Boy, I'm tongue-tied today. Well, I wasn't here yesterday. I don't know if anyone knew that. I wasn't here yesterday because I did have an appointment, and then the appointment changed, and I said, well, it's a holiday, and I really focused on my family yesterday. And it was all about me and my family yesterday. So I hope you had a wonderful 3-day weekend. Tolerance. What is tolerance? Do you feel like you're tolerating situations that you don't want to? Are they bringing you down? Are you feeling worn out? Do you feel frayed on the ends? Are you having a tough time dealing with this world that we're living in right now? Are you kind of realizing that you've been tolerating a lot of stuff and you don't want to anymore? So we can have tolerance. And is that a good thing or not for you? Now, if it's taking away from something within you and you feel like you just can't bear it anymore, then probably you shouldn't be tolerating it. So to tolerate the existence of opinions or behavior that one does not necessarily agree with. Are you in a place that you're feeling as though you aren't comfortable anymore? Are you unhappy? Are you no longer in a place of personal happiness? You might be tolerating and enduring pain and hardship that you don't necessarily need to. Now, I know that we sometimes get into situations and we have to kind of get over the hump. So we have to have patience and we have to endure. Now, sometimes we also are in a position where it's a personal situation. It's out of our control. And so we must tolerate it. Because if we don't tolerate it, we won't get to the other side of it. And it also is a chance for us to become stronger within and build on our personal power. And we also must tolerate certain circumstances because it's for the better of others. There's also times where we should not. And so we must say no more. I can no longer tolerate this because this is like a pile of poo. And this is hurting me. Now, I've realized in the last week that when I tolerate certain situations, it starts to take a toll on me. And it starts with my mindset. And then it physically starts to take a toll. And you start to feel like you're worn out. And then you can be in a position that you might get ill or sick. So we have to take note and be aware. What is best? I say, what is best for Mary? What is best for Jane or for Joe or for whoever you are? You have to take your own self into account. Now, when we're speaking of little children, it's a little pile of poo. Yes, a pile of poo, Alexandra. So are you enduring continued subjection to something without adverse reaction? That's different. You might be going through. So if you start to go through a transition, so maybe there's a new opportunity that you take on. So you have to tolerate learning new information, being around some new beings. And maybe it's just you're suffering a little bit, so you have to tolerate. Now, I know in the case of us with our family members and our friends, maybe sometimes they're going through something and you have to tolerate a situation. They're not in the best of moods, and you say, well, I'm going to give them a pass because they're not well right now. They're not physically feeling well. So I have to say that I'm here for them and I'm giving support. So I'm going to tolerate. But then again, sometimes we can encounter others who have really bad behavior and they do naughty stuff. And then we shouldn't tolerate it. We should say, you need to go over there, because we have no control over anyone else, do we? Have no control what's going on out here in the physical reality. We only have control over ourselves, our thoughts, words, and actions. That's it. That's all. So tolerance, your patience sometimes gets beat up when you tolerate. So understanding and accepting the limit of how much of something can be tolerated. Sometimes we don't have strong boundaries. We speak of boundaries, which is 12 inches from our body. And so we say, we're going to only give permission to whoever we like to come into our physical, our emotional, our spiritual, and our mental being. Because sometimes we say, this is too much for me. I really can't tolerate it. Are you being negatively impacted by something? So are we tolerating hardships instead of expressing our truths? I feel as though, and I suggest, that if someone's doing something to injure you or harm you, or a situation, then you must express yourself. Because if you don't express yourself, you're going to block your throat chakra. And then it's going to take on something else or channel into an addiction. It might channel into bad behavior. And it also might change your personality. You might be less of yourself. Now, as we ascend and we awaken and we expand our consciousness and we become more aware of service to others, we're going to realize that we have to have all of our chakras spinning, these wheels of light spinning, for us to be healthy and for us to have balance. So no matter what you need to confront, if you are in a place that you're feeling as though you're being taken advantage of, or you can no longer tolerate a situation, you must confront the matter, no matter what your fear is. Because a lot of times our fear is actually worse than getting through the situation. In our physical reality right now, on this earth, there are so many negative frequencies coming at us. Now, maybe they come in the form of a person. Maybe it's coming in the form of a stranger is attacking you, or they are taking out their issues at you. Maybe you feel as though that you are being forced to do something that you don't want to do. Now, we all have what's called free will. We're all sovereign beings of light. Let me remind you that you are allowed to have your own decisions. Now, you must have discernment with whatever you're going to do, because everything matters. Every decision you make matters. When you pull out of your driveway, you're going to go right or left. Now, I know we've been raised in this matrix, and we are told this is how it goes. There's a list of tasks, of steps that we're supposed to go through from the moment we're born, the moment that we're incarnated on this new earth Gaia. However, that is someone else's agenda. That is someone else's policies and thinking. We have all the answers within us, in our vessel, our mind, heart, spirit. So if you feel as though something you feel uncomfortable, hey Raymond, thanks for joining us. How are you today? Welcome. You're coming from, let me remember, you're coming from Kuwait. Is that where you're coming from? Alexandra, hello. He's saying hello to Alexandra. So today, Raymond, we're covering topics like tolerance. We're saying, are you tolerating bad behavior? Are you accepting bad behavior that's hurting you? Now, maybe within you, you're also tolerating your own bad behavior and you're saying, you know what? I want to change myself. I want to transition to a better version of me. And how do you do that? Well, it starts with balance. It starts with grounding yourself. It starts with having alignment with yourself. So first you want to put your, you want to grab your knees and imagine your feet firmly planted in the earth's surface. So you ground yourself. If that doesn't work, you're in this moment. Think about this moment. Here I am being in this moment. I'm holding these glasses right now and we're letting go of any thoughts before this moment, any belief systems, and we're here right now. And then we're going to look towards where are we trying to go? What's our destiny? Can you see your eye on the prize? What is it that you want to accomplish? Do you have 5 humongous goals? Anyone who's joining us, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. So I'm bringing up tolerance because I know from time to time we all are in a place where things change. Maybe your circumstances change, maybe where you live, maybe your job, maybe your friends, maybe without even choosing, situations change in your life and you feel as though it's really uncomfortable. And you say, this is too stressful for me. I can't take it anymore. So you must confront it. But you have to know yourself and love yourself and accept yourself. Say, look in the mirror and say, I love you. I accept myself. I love myself. We must cherish ourselves and not tolerate bad behavior. That's my suggestion. Have personal power. Now, as we come online, the more we ascend to a higher consciousness, the more we are aware that there's another reality. There's another way of thinking, another possibility, which means heaven on earth, peace on earth. We open our doors and we just hug each other and love each other. No more divide. Now, if you look at the media and you look at the news and you look at social media, it's a place that is programming us to divide. It's programming us, there's this way or that way, not coming together, unity. We are trying to connect with each other and create unity among ourselves. Aren't we? Aren't we trying to find love in our heart and light in our heart? And we've spoken about in the past our needs. So what are our needs? Our needs are, we need a place for shelter, clothing, food, water, sunlight. Obviously, we probably need a car, transportation, and we need love. And what does divide do? Divide creates kind of hate, creates anger, it creates, debate. So we have to begin to accept each other and no more of this divide, because the divide is really helpful to those in power because then they can control us. So let's try to get out of being prisoners in this 4-wall matrix. Now, as all of the positive energies come into this physical reality, they will manifest. And all of the systems are going into the dumpster. And so you will begin to see that people's personalities are going to change for the better. They're all becoming awakened. And everyone's becoming awakened because more light is coming onto the earth. They say there's going to be some big event and disclosure. But I say we can't wait. We can't wait to be saved. We must save ourselves. We must realize that we have personal power and we are sovereign beings of light, right? So, I've been watching some videos lately on YouTube. Have you? And you know what I'm seeing? I'm realizing that I'm actually been pretty on point with all these angels. And they're saying that really angels that have come down from the heavens to earth, and they've been battling in a spiritual war against evil and dark forces. They've been messengers and warriors and beings of light, and they're here to protect us. And so the more we ask for angels to come into our lives, and we believe in angels, we all have guardian angels that are with us from the time we were born, the more chance we have miracles to happen to us, divine intervention. So they're coming down from the heavens to earth to protect humanity. And anyone who's had a near-death experience, if they've traveled towards the light, they know that angels meet us and greet with us, and they take us to the other side. So if you've been in a place of near death, then you will have had that experience. I have twice myself. So, angel portals. Do you know what an angel portal is? Well, an angel portal is a doorway, a gateway. It's a spherical opening of light that offers divine protection through which by angels. Hey, Anastasia. Thanks for joining us from New York City. Hi. So, do you realize that there's angel portals here on earth, and when they're open, they can never be closed? Forever they are open. And so these angel portals, these doorways, there's these gateways. Is it possible that you've encountered an angel portal? So these angel portals will bring angels onto this new earth. And so it's a way for them to bring all of their light. These beings of light, they're made of light, angels. They come from the heavens to earth. So these heavenly creatures, these celestial beings of light, are benevolent, and they're immortal, and they're non-gender, and they're here to protect us. They're warriors. So these angel portals are a doorway from which angels can come and go from heaven. So the portals in the third heaven to the second heaven, and then they open up on earth. Now, angels travel on a staircase, and they ascend, and they descend, and they ascend. And the portals are opening in heaven that reach to earth and allow angelic beings to come onto this earth, and they're forever there. So I don't know if you've encountered this. I've sensed that I have an angel portal around me. Now, I don't know if I open this or this has always been around me. There's been locations that I used to take this walk, and that's when I first began sensing angels. And this was about 6 years ago. And that's probably around the time that I started speaking of angels. So angels are here. Let me find. So there are there's 9 ranks of angels. So here's guardian angels, archangels, principalities. They're the lower order of angels. Then there are virtue, powers, dominions. They're the middle level of angels. I don't know if anyone's familiar with ranks of angels. We're speaking of angel portals. Anyone who's joining us, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. We have Raymond from Thailand. We have Hamano from Kuwait, I think. I'm trying to think where Hamano's from. Hamano, where are you from again? Oh, Transylvania. And then we have the highest rank of angels we have thrones, cherubim, and seraphim. And they are the top ranking angels. So angels travel on a staircase and ascend and descend. And the portals are opening in heavens that reach to the earth, and they have access to us here on earth. Now, angels have been guiding us and protecting us through the spiritual war that we've been dealing with on earth. There's been a lot of dark energies and forces that have been trying to injure us and harvest our energy. And so angels have been here for us, protecting us. And they've been sent by God. They've said that there's been tens of thousands upon millions of angels that come here, that travel from the heavens to earth. So the portals are openings in heaven that reach to earth that allow angelic beings to ascend here. So they're pathways from the heavenly realm to the earthly realm. I don't know if you've encountered any angels. Have you had any dreams? I had a dream over the weekend with angel wings, and I've had off and on dreams with angels, either angel wings or angels. Now they say that there's ways that you can sense that there's an angel around you. Maybe you have a cool breeze you feel, maybe a brush across the face, a tingling on the top of your crown chakra. Have you had that? You might feel as though you're being communicated to by angels. Maybe they'll visit you while you're in your dream state, while you're sleeping. Maybe you'll see an angel. Maybe you'll see sparks of light. A friend told me the other day she saw sparks of light. They might be here to give you a message to guide you to an opportunity, a new mindset, a new direction that your life is supposed to take. Now, we all have a destiny, at least one destiny. And so an angel will guide you to your destiny. When you're born, you have everything within you. You're born on this new earth, Gaia. And unfortunately, we've been crushed in a lot of ways, and we've been programmed, and we've been under mind control. And so now that we're awakening, it's very exciting. Welcome to heaven on earth. Welcome. There is a new reality that is taking over, and all of the negativity and darkness is leaving the earth. Now they say, like I said, there is going to be an event. Maybe it's going to be a solar flash, or maybe it's going to be some other majestic event that happens to everyone on earth. But I believe and I say, let's get a head start on that. Let's realize that we have personal power. We are like superhuman beings of light. We have all of this within us. We have light codes. We have DNA that's cracking open. And we're going to become more of ourselves. And what does that mean? That means every single part of you that you saw and you experienced throughout your life is going to become bigger and better. Now, there has to be a willingness to believe this. There has to be a knowing within you that there's more out there. Now, I know we can go into certain experiences and we can say, oh, boo-hoo on me. I'm having such a tough time. But I was raised to believe that we brush ourselves off and we pick ourselves up and we move towards our destiny. Do you see your destiny? What is it? You have to keep your eye on the prize. Write it down. Manifest it. We can take a quantum leap to our destiny. What is a quantum leap? It's a sudden burst of advancement and change. And can you take a quantum leap? Absolutely. I know you can. I believe in you. I support you. Now, maybe sometimes we have a bad day, or we're in a place that we feel really lonely or sad and lower vibrational energies. So what do? Hey, firstborn from Michigan. Thanks for joining us. Grand Rising. Hi. Wow, we have New York City. We have New York. We have Transylvania. We have Thailand. My goodness, what a global chat we have going on today. Thanks, everyone. I hope you liked the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm just speaking of angel portals. Now, what is an angel portal going to do? Well, it's a doorway, it's a gateway, and it's bringing angels onto this earth. It's a spherical opening of light. So have you seen an angel portal? Is there an angel portal? Are you going to transcend to another higher consciousness through this angel portal? It's divine protection, this angel portal. Now, there's many of these on Earth. I believe that I've encountered some angel portals. I like Detroit Pistons. And I believe that we can actually ask for more of them to exist here on Earth. And so these pathways, these angels are messengers and protectors and warriors here from humanity, and they're traveling. So can we travel? Yes, we can travel to a higher consciousness. So have you encountered an angel? Maybe you have. I have. I've encountered angels. I've had them in my dreams. I've spoken of Michael, Archangel Michael, in my third eye while I've been doing these live videos. I've said I've, tuned into my third eye, my mind's eye, my third eye chakra, and I've seen in the angelic realm angels. Have you? Good morning, Jody. Thanks for joining us. Jody, where are you coming from? Oh, that's right. You're coming from, I don't even remember where you're coming from. Remind us. We have a lot of visitors today. Thanks, everyone. I hope you liked the video. Good night from Thailand. Well, thanks, Raymond. Now, Raymond, when you go to sleep, think of love, love, love. Albert, that's right, Alberta. Thanks for telling me. I'm writing it all down because I want to keep track of where everyone's coming from. So I hope everyone likes the video and subscribes to the channel. So Raymond, good night. Now, when you go to sleep, remember we spoke about the silver cord, which is the cord of life, the cord of life, and how important it is, this life thread, that you think of love when you go to sleep so that no one can harvest your energy or take it during your astral realm and send negative energy to you while you're in your dream state. So be aware. Sweet dreams, Raymond. Yes, sweet dreams. So Jody, have you encountered any angels in your dreams or in your waking life? So these dream portals, angel portals, are permanently opened. And they're pathways from the heavens to here on earth. And they're a doorway to heaven. So the angels are ascending and descending upon a staircase. And they're joining us here on earth. And they're here to protect us. And they're here to guide us. And they're here as messengers. So I'm bringing up angels more and more today because I'm realizing that I was accurate, that I realized that it matters. Angels are beings of light, and they're here to protect us. And they've helped us during the spiritual war with all the dark forces. And yes, indeed, it is a spiritual war. Anyone who's joining us, I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. We're just covering angel portals and how it's a doorway and a gateway. It's an opening here on earth. And I believe we can open more and more, real dream, more and more angel portals. Now, maybe by doing a ball of light, we're actually opening up angel portals. I believe and call on angels in the daily life. I have many angels in my existence that's uplift and love me, and I'm truly blessed. Well, that's beautiful. Thank you, Jody, for sharing that with us. Well, I believe the same. I ditto for me, because yes, I believe that, sometimes I encounter really difficult times and I say, please, please, please help me. And they lift me up and they carry me through the situation, because sometimes our emotional state can't handle it. Our physical state can, but our emotional state can't. So I believe in bringing angels into our existence. So let's ask for them to come into our lives if we choose to, and see where that takes us. So moving on, everyone, we're going to kind of go into more of a psychic thinking right now. And we're going to take a quantum leap to our destiny, aren't we? A sudden, immediate advancement. Yes, we are. Hey, Tommy. Hey, how are you? Thanks for joining us. We were just speaking of angels and angel portals and doorways to heaven, where the angels ascend on a staircase. They ascend and descend to heaven, and they're here to protect us. So, well, thanks for joining us. Happy day. Happy day. I'm just going to write happy day. Happy day to you. How'd that go? Did I write that? There you go. I can't do any emojis from my computer, but I'm well-meaning in my thoughts. Okay, so remote viewing, what exactly is that? Does anyone know what remote viewing is? Well, remote viewing falls under psychic phenomenon, ESP, extrasensory perception. And so what is remote viewing? Well, remote viewing is the practice of seeking impressions about a distant, unseen subject. In other words, you are in your mind, in your five senses, and we talk about our sixth sense. We are seeing in our mind's eye another place, another location. Now, how exactly is that possible? Is that really possible? It falls under extrasensory perception. It's the next step. It's what we're learning about. Now, I know we've been talking about psychic advancement and your sensory capabilities. Your intuition has been activated if you've been joining us. So you're more aware about being clairvoyant. So what is clairvoyant? You're able to tune into others. You're able to catch on to their personality. You're seeing signs. You're seeing symbols. Maybe you're doing mind reading at this point. Maybe you're reading other people's minds. We've spoken about that. So how does this all start? All of these start with the same steps. You're going to go into a quiet space. You're going to close your eyes. You're going to release anything. You're going to take out any doubts that this is possible. You're going to release any thoughts before this moment. You're going to have patience. And then you're going to make contact with whatever you're trying to tune into. Now, if you're in a location with someone else, hey, Raymond, yeah, a rose. So let's say you're in a location and you're tuning into someone. You're going to take out any thoughts of doubt that you can do this. You must have a willingness and a knowing you're capable of doing this. You're tuning into all your senses. Those are all the same steps, aren't they? And then we're tuning in. So you're going to concentrate and you're going to make contact. So if you're tuning into someone out and about in your community or in a location, it's all about making contact and having concentration. And you're allowing yourself to receive whatever impressions are coming through. You're not denying it. You're saying, you know what? I'm going to give this a chance. Mary's saying it's possible. I'm telling you right now, we all have psychic abilities. We all are capable of having clear senses. We just never worked on this. We're now in telepathy school. We're now in Earth school. Join me. Hi. Thanks for joining us. So, are you clairvoyant? Do you know someone else's personality before they even talk to you? Now, this is not about our critical thinking and our reasoning. This is purely about our senses. Tuning into your senses, being aware. There's signs and symbols and impressions that you will receive. You will get mind transference, thought transference. You will be the receiver. So, remote viewing. Let's discuss this for a minute. Now, this is a little bit more advanced. And you say, is this really possible? Yes, it is. The government's been doing this for a long, long time, minimum 60 years. They've been doing this. This is how they actually can see into other locations. You can tune into another location somewhere, and they can see what's going on. Sometimes we may encounter remote viewing during our sleeping state, astral realm, and astral projection. So remote viewing is the practice of seeking impressions about a distant, location, an unseen subject. So maybe you can tune into someone else and where they are and what they're doing. This takes practice. Are we capable of doing it? Yes, we are. It's all practice and knowing your senses. Are you receiving sensations? Are you hearing from another location? You have to learn to be able to decipher between your thoughts and someone else's thoughts. It just takes practice. That's all. I've been doing it for a while. I started doing it in really doing psychic stuff since 2015. So what is that? That's 7 years. So I've been doing it a while. However, I'm telling you how to advance yourself quickly. It's just about your mindset, having a willingness, taking away any doubt. Whatever we can imagine, we can bring into our life. So you're sensing with your mind, your third eye, and the viewer will you will receive information. So whoever's life or whoever they are is going to send you information about an object, an event, or a person. Maybe a location that is hidden from physical view. So go figure, in 1970, SRI, Stanford Research Institute, created the concept, hey Elsa, of remote viewing. And it was done by Russell Tang and Harold Pintoff. And they coined the term remote viewing. Anyone who's joining us, like the video and subscribe to the channel. So it's related to clairvoyance. It's the paranormal ability to perceive a remote or hidden object without support of any of the senses. So I don't think I believe necessarily your senses are helping you, but you're not critical reasoning or thinking. So it was called the Stargate Project. I don't know if you've ever heard of Stargate. $20 million research program done by the US government, the military, with psychic phenomenon. It was started in 1975 and it went till 1995. Remote viewing, top secret, ESP, looking into the distant and the future for military purposes. So it's a transmitting agent to the receiver. So there's a target site. They'd have a target site, and then they'd have someone that would be receiving the information from the site just based on the impressions, because they would tune in. That's how much they made contact. So it's the ability of the consciousness to access and view. So they're given an assignment, and they're giving remote viewing assignments of an actual location, a target site. So this is what's been going on. So is this possible? Yes, they've been doing it since 1975. Now, are you capable of being a remote viewer? It's the next step beyond everything that we've been covering. You know, it's just simply, it's like how fast you will move in this is really about more or less how strong your senses are. Now, if you are on any medication, like I say, if you're on any medication or anything, you know, just even a pain reliever, it might take away some of your impressions that you receive. However, you know, if you are someone that you consider pretty emotional, if you're an emotional being, if you're emotional, if you are really can cry easily, or you're attached to your feelings, you might be someone who's creative. Maybe you're a writer or an artist, or you tend to be a compassionate person. This might come a little bit easier to you. If you're more of a person that's all about reasoning and thinking, and you see something and you make judgments based on the way something looks, it might take you a little bit longer to access your clear senses. However, if you have a willingness to do this and you're open to it, you can access it. So just be positive about it if you're interested in doing this. Now, without trying, I've had remote viewing. Now, I've had remote viewing from the past. You can access the past. And how did I do that? Well, when I've been in the presence of certain people in my life in the last 5 years, I was able to catch their memories. I was able to see a location. Like I've worked at remote viewing myself when I did light work as a light worker. So I would go into a space and I would put light in there, and I would do remote viewing that way when I wasn't even in the location. I've also done remote viewing when I do healing work. So I tune into someone and I clear energy around them that's negative. And I also have brought in divine energy. So I've done it to some extent. I haven't really tried to have a target site, but I guess in my healing work I've done that. So I too am going to try this with you, and so maybe we'll try this together today. So your clear senses, has anybody been working on their clear senses, and have you mastered any of them? So clairvoyance, your intuitive sight, maybe you sense spirits or entities. Maybe you can see in your third eye, and it transcends space and time. It's instantaneous. And so you're able to tune in, like, we say, if you make contact. So maybe right here in this moment, what I'm referring to is, it would be like, I'm going to tune into a friend and I'm going to think of them right now. And I'm going to concentrate. I'm going to we'll try all together, try this and see if they then contact us. So let's try this together. Let's try to see how clairvoyant we are. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to let out a breath, have a willingness that this will work, take away any doubt. And I'd like you to close your eyes and give yourself some patience that this will work. And I'd like you to tune into all your senses. So I'd like you to go to your hearing, to your smell, to your taste, to your feelings, to your heart. And touch, we're not worrying about that right now, but all of your senses. So you're basically tuning in. You're not going to your mind. You're just tuning into all your senses. So it's like you're more on the flow of feeling, right? And then I'd like you to think of one person that you know in your life and just concentrate on them. What do they look like? And in your mind, say their name over and over again. So I'd like you to concentrate on one person in your life and say their name in your mind over and over again. And you're going to do this for a few minutes. And then you're going to see if later on today they contact you. Because let's see how good your clairvoyant senses are getting, your clair senses are getting. So let's do that right now. Okay, we're going to think of one person. We're going to let out a breath. We're going to tune into all our senses. We're going to say, I'm going to be patient. I'm going to have a willingness. I'm going to let go of any thoughts. I'm going to make contact. So you're going to imagine the person, and in your mind, you're going to say their name over and over again. I'm going to pick someone. I'm going to do it as well. Let's see. Okay, so that's a long time. We did that for not a long time, but a few minutes. So let's see if we have any kind of results from that. Let's see how our clair senses work. Okay, so That was clairvoyance. We're trying to tune into someone and we're sending them a message. Let's see if they receive it. And if they receive it, it worked. Now, it could be you picked someone that contacts you all the time. I picked someone that doesn't. So maybe I should have made that part of it. And if you want to try it again later or now, go ahead. Okay, so clairaudience. We're going to go through some of these clear senses because it's a reminder. Like we like to remind ourselves. Now, your clear senses is you suddenly know something. You're suddenly going to know something. It's a knowing. Clairvoyance, clear senses is a knowing from another source. It's not your thinking. It's not in your mind. It's from another place, another person, another being, another situation. So clairaudience, what is that? That's hearing. We've spoken about clairaudience. It's like when you go into a space, we've said this, you close your eyes and you tune in to beyond the walls of the room, right? You tune in beyond the walls of the room. Now we have no electronics on. We're going to trust. We're going to have a willingness. We're going to say, you know what? I'm going to give this a chance. And we're going to have patience. And we're going to listen beyond the walls of the room as far as we can. And we say, I'll take it all the way to the moon, as far, because we're stretching our senses. So we become more accustomed to our feelings and our emotions and our senses. And so we go beyond the walls of the room, because then what happens is I've been getting them. The more I've been doing this here with you every day, the more I'm receiving clairaudience, which is from an outside source. We hear something. Now, maybe it's like I'll hear a voice tell me something, and now I'm actually responding to the voice. For a while, I just went, oh, what was that? Who's talking to me? And it was a lot of times before I went to sleep. And sometimes it's happening when I'm awake now. It's very strange. So you'll hear a message. It'll be from an external location, another source outside your head. And it'll just pop into your head. Okay, I don't know what that means. But if you're, okay, Raymond from Thailand. Oh, you mean drinking? Because I'm drinking tea? I am. I don't know what's going on with me. I'm like very, maybe it's because I'm awakening and I'm ascending. I'm always feel dehydrated. So we must drink water. Okay, so work on your clairaudience, work on your clairvoyance, clairsustenance. You're able to have emotions and guidance, and you can send words and images and messages. So I guess just now we sent a message. I sent a message to someone. In my head, I was sending mind to mind to someone I know. And let's see what happens. This is very exciting. Let's see what happens. Now, are you clairempathic? So are you feeling so much when you walk into a crowd of people? Do you feel all of a sudden like you were fine, and then all of a sudden you feel sick to your stomach, or you feel overwhelmed, or you feel stressed? You might be clairempathetic, which means that you must imagine light around you when you go into crowds, because you're going to take on everyone's stuff. You're going to take on their moods. You're going to take on if they're sick. You might take on all their ailments, because the more you open, we say, as we open, we're going to be channels. We're like channels of information. And so if it's too much, you either want to turn the dial. Like we say, there's a dial. Imagine there's a dial in your car for the volume. Well, you're going to put a dial. And you're going to say, okay, all the way, tune it all the way up. I want my clear senses to work to 10, or I'm going to turn it down to 1 because it's too much. Now, with all of these dark forces that have been fighting us and battling us on this earth, you might, when you're doing this, receive some kind of negative energy come through. Maybe it will be something that you see. Maybe it will be something that you hear, clairaudience. Maybe it will be a thought that comes into your mind. You go, that's not my thought. That's a negative force coming into it. That's a psychic attack. So be aware. You might want to turn the dial and say, this is just too much for me. Oh, Jody's writing. I hear 2 clicks sounds in my ear all the time. I hear in our remote viewing exercise. Oh, you did? Interesting. I believe it's Archangel Michael. Very much. You know what they say? They say, I know they've said ringing in the ear, which is also an ascension symptom. But yes, very possible, Jody. Thanks for sharing that with us. So anyone who's joining us, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Yeah. Well, thanks for doing that. Thanks for trying the remote viewing. I think that was beneficial to us to all try that. So Claire, empathy. Maybe we could all do with being a little bit more empathic. I wonder, I see some of these videos on social media or, on the news, or not the news because I don't watch the news, but on YouTube or something. And I see these videos and I say, like, there's a lot of hostility going on because as everything is shifting, because we're in the middle of a transition, the more the veil's taken off people's eyes. And when they're in their slumber and they wake up and they say, oh my gosh, this is what's really going on. And we see the horrific crimes that have been committed on this earth. And we say, oh my gosh, we say these horrible crimes that have been committed on this earth. And we say, wow, I'm going to take another look about what's going on. And I'm going to expand my awareness and I'm going to awaken. Because I don't want to live in this reality. So as more light comes onto this earth and more become awakened, we say that there's 10% of awakened. And we have to get to 90%. We're not waiting for some big event. We're not waiting for a big event. We're not waiting for disclosure. We're not waiting for extraterrestrials to land on the earth. Because guess what? There's no one coming to save us. We are the only ones who can save ourselves. So let's save ourselves. Let's bring more light onto the earth. Okay, I hope that everyone works on or practices. I don't want to say I don't like the word work. So let's practice with activating our intuitive abilities. And so has anyone done their ball of light? We're going to do that because when we bring the ball of light onto the earth here, we're bringing energy. And I think that this is helping expand our awareness. And you know what? Maybe you say that's a silly thing. Oh, that's ridiculous that you're doing that. However, who's to say what's silly anymore? Go look at the social media. It's all silliness. Plus, you know what? We're in telepathy school, so we're rubbing our hands together and we're going to feel vibration on our hands. And then we're going to take our hands and we're going to create light here on this earth. And maybe it only works for you if you put your hands like this. Maybe you can cup your hands. So you really should feel some kind of vibrations on the palms of your hand, and we're creating light. We're bringing light onto this earth. So let's imagine that this ball of light is full of light. Thank you so much. I've been doing the ball of light. Okay, something ball. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Jody, for sharing that. So I'm bringing light and I'm feeling a lot of vibration on my right palm. Sometimes I don't know. So maybe whatever I'm doing is actually I've accessed. Maybe it's because of my silver cord. If anyone was listening in the beginning of the video, I was speaking of I had this dream about my silver cord. And I was in a hotel in Paris, France, and this woman is holding all these silver cords, and she said, you've had the wrong one here. And she gives me a new silver cord, which is the cord of life, my life thread. So it's the linkage from my higher self down to my physical body. Okay, so let's do this ball of light together. And let's practice. You know what? Practice. So can you expand it and compress it a little bit? Or do you lose some of the vibration? If you do, then just keep it like this. So I say, would you like to check out your third eye? What do you sense in your third eye from this ball of light? Like I tune into my third eye chakra. So I see the realm, another realm. And when I do this, I saw archangel to my right for a while. I see angels. All right, so I'm going to do it right now. I see grass and I see light on the horizon. I see a bright, bright sun. I see an angel. Let's see what else. I see a cow. It's always the cow. The cow's always roaming the field. So I see basically the country. I see nature, which is lovely. I see an angel flying. So angels are more present here for me. All right. I don't know if that's working for you. So let's imagine now that we're inside the ball of light. And can we see around us? Like, what do you see? So what do I see? If I'm standing in my ball of light, I see light coming through. It's glass. The ball of light is made of glass, it looks like, or something clear. Obviously, it's ball light. I see light coming through. It's like a window. And I see more luminescent kind of colors, like rainbow colors of light coming through. What else? I do see one of my friends on the outside. And so she's always tapping on the glass, on the ball of light. Yeah, she's there all the time, my friend, one of my friends. Let's see, anything else? Oh, I see a cat outside the ball of light now. Okay, so basically what we're doing is we're having concentration and focus, and it's helping us to kind of have a different way of thinking, an alternate way of thinking. Okay, so let's put our hands together, and we're going to do a visualization, and then time this up really because we hit the 1 hour mark. And let's see. So I'm really glad everyone who's joined us today, and I'm grateful for all of you. And I'm hoping that, that we are together bringing light onto the earth, and we're being supportive. And like I had said in the very beginning, we're having a circle of light, and I'm here, and then you, and the next person. And before you know it, the whole entire earth will be covered in light. So let's do a visualization. We will create that vivid mental images in our mind's eye, bringing positive emotions such as joy, happiness, and hope. Blessings. Our intention today is to clear away negative thoughts with a ball of glowing light. Let's realize connecting your mind, body, spirit to divine light will shed darkness and unblock your true purpose and passions. Your ball of light glowing visualization begins now. So everybody find a quiet space, sit or lay down comfortably, close your eyes. Let's let go of any tension that we have, any stress within our bodies. Let's let go of it. Let's let out a breath. If we need to speak it, speak it. And let's release any thoughts before this moment. We're in this moment. Let's really, really, really be in this moment right now. So any old belief systems or mindsets we're letting go. And so together we're going to deeply inhale and exhale 3 times on a 12 count. And this way we're going to relax our body more. So let's do that together right now. Okay, so I hope you're a little bit more relaxed. So I'd like you to check and scan your body for tension from the top of your head to the tip of your toes. So our intention today is to release negative emotions preventing us from our own personal happiness. Imagine that there's a ball of light, glowing ball of light in the distance. And so the ball of light is bold and powerful and energetic. And as the ball of light is traveling to you, you sense that all past nuisances in your life begin to depart your system. and you sense it is positive and necessary to grow and achieve your goals. So the ball of light covers your entire body as it reaches you, and you begin to feel protected. You feel safe and warm and secure. And the ball of light covers your body. Now, no one may harm you. The glowing, powerful ball of light reaches beyond your head and below your feet. Its power slowly diminishes old thoughts and past mindsets. It begins to surround your entire body. It fills your bones, your flesh, your organs, and every single cell in your body. The ball of light is touching. You give it permission, and you feel light and energy. You breathe out any pain, anger, sadness, or fear. And you speak out any negativity that's bothering you. You're letting go of anything that you're holding on to. There's no room for anything dark or sad or unhappy in your life. You're letting go of that. You're bringing love into your being. Your heart grows bigger and bigger, and you begin to have a new awareness, a new calmness, and you surrender to all of this. You allow peace and calmness within your being. And you're going to stay into this moment, and you feel the light within you, and you're allowing it to stay. And so I'm going to count backwards to 1, and you're going to open your eyes. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we let go of anything that's bothering us, and we're bringing more light into ourselves. And we're gaining personal happiness and freedom from old thoughts. Because like I say, have you had this huge sack of attachments that's connected to you, that's you're breathing life into? And this huge attachment and this sack of stuff is everything from the past. And it's old beliefs, and it's not helping you. And we're cutting it off, and we're leaving it on the side of the road. We're not going to give it life anymore. All these thoughts that were programmed into you from the time you were incarnated on this earth, you're leaving on the side of the road. They're not helping you. In this moment, we're letting go of any of that. All that matters is this moment, really. The past doesn't matter. The future doesn't matter. It's just this moment. That's why I say, if you want a quantum leap to your destiny, you're in this moment right now. You're going to imagine in this moment everything you want in your destiny. What is your destiny? It's got to be some kind of beautiful dream that you have, some desire, a wish in this moment. Place it in this moment and imagine light all around it. That's what we're doing here. We're bringing light within ourselves when we do a visualization. We're bringing light into this physical reality by creating a ball of light. We're expanding our consciousness and our awareness. We're making room in our brain. And how are we doing that? Well, we have more peace. We're realizing we want a new reality. We want a beautiful reality that's filled with nature and blooming flowers and waves, the bluest waves, the greenest pastures, everything that's beautiful. That's what we're imagining. When we wake up in the morning, maybe make that your first thought. The most beautiful heaven on earth. And we also speak of light on the horizon. What is light on the horizon? Light on the horizon is knowing that there's something beyond our vision, beyond, around the corner. A difficult situation will improve beyond our vision. It's good luck. It's why I say when you wake up early in the morning, go watch a sunrise. And I say, I'm looking through a window. And what do I see through the window? I see the horizon. I see the sun coming up, all the beautiful colors of a sunrise. I see the rippling water in front of it. And I know good things are coming. So the more we come from a place of positivity, the more we bring it into our life. Now, there isn't to say that sometimes we wake up and we say, oh my gosh, I'm in such a bad place. And I cry and I feel sad. And I've had those moments. And I say, I can't bear another day. And so what do? We try. We be brave. I'm strong. I'm brave. I'm courageous. And just get to the next moment. If you're having a difficult time, I say, just get to the next hour. If it's 12 o'clock, get to 1 o'clock. Keep moving. Anything is possible. Thoughts are very powerful. Whatever our mind can see, we can conceive. And whatever we imagine, we can see in our minds, we can create. So everyone be positive. Everyone, I want you to have a wonderful day. I'm hoping good things for you in this Tuesday matrix work week. But yesterday was the 1010 portal. It was a full moon. A lot of possibilities. And I'm hoping good things for you. So let's take a quantum leap to our destiny. Keep your eye on the prize. I know we're like owls. Owls can see in the dark. For a while, it's going to be like we're seeing in the dark because we don't know what's coming. It's a little scary. You say, oh, I don't want the matrix to leave. I don't want the matrix to leave, because if the matrix leaves, what are we going to do? Well, it's all thoughts. How will it come into this physical reality? How will it manifest physically? Well, it's all thoughts. Thoughts create our reality. So think positive thoughts. Don't worry about the matrix leaving. All of that, there's a lot of doom and gloom there. It's all fear-based. We want to have free will and be sovereign. And the world is a beautiful place. And I'm wishing good things for you. I'm spinning light. And you're in the middle of it and you're making a wish, because good things are happening for all of us. We have created a new timeline. And on this timeline is New Earth Gaia. And on this timeline is heaven on earth. And that is what we are creating together, all of us. So you're in the middle and you're making a wish. So here we are on this 5D timeline together. Everyone have a wonderful day. I'll be back again tomorrow at 11 o'clock with new topics. Of course, I don't post until early morning because then there's glitches. If I post the night before, for some reason, negative energies attack this. So have a wonderful day. I'm here for you. Have a wonderful day. Bye.